how are you today? Yes, I am your moderator, Antre'Chelle, the electric personality, graduating senior in 56 days, but I'm not counting at all. Not at all, not counting at all. 56 days from today, Madam President of the Texas Southern University of 18. Amen. Internationally known. Amen. Hallelujah. First things first, today's theme is mentorship. And if you have heard, raise your hand if you've heard of a swimmer named Fernando Emilio. Let me tell you why you've never heard of Fernando Emilio. Fernando Emilio was an amazing swimmer. He had a mentor that said, always seek mentorship, never part from mentorship. Fernando started getting famous and he started doing well. And what's the first thing he did? He cut off his mentor. And we never heard from him again. So today's panel and theme is full with ladies who are here to be your mentors. If you've heard as you walked in, we have students along with accomplished professional women, and they are here to serve you and to learn from. Before we go any further, the one thing that I noticed is that in this list of powerful professionals, panelists that are in this room, everybody in here has one person in common. Someone who goes unnoticed, who's a quiet storm, who moves silently, who is always diligently working, but she's the reason why we are all here today. And I have been privileged enough to be a part of this, her conference for the past 3 years since the inauguration because of this one woman. And I look around and see all of these who's who of Texas Southern University and just women in the city of Houston. And that's all because of the connections by one person. Please, ladies, stand to your feet and give her her flowers because she deserves the Miss Valerie Madison. It is an honor to be here for you wherever I am, no matter where I go. I will always, always, always do anything for you, Valerie, and that is from my heart. And I know these ladies can agree. Am I right? Yes. That's right. Well, ladies, let's get started. I know we have all eaten. Are we still eating? Are we finished? Are we wrapping up? Yes. We wrapping up. Valerie, what's our hashtag for this event? Hashtag Her Day 2019. Now, I know Valerie has things planned, and we are on a schedule, but I really do, and I always feel that social media is always important. Amen? So let's hashtag this event, hashtag Her Day 2019, and we're going to do a little selfie challenge. We are going to I'm going to give us some selfie music, and I'm asking everyone to get up very briefly and quickly. Get up, pull your phones out first of all, amen. Pull those phones out, I know you got them. Pull them out. And what I want you ladies to do is I want you to take 5 selfies with someone you've never met. Now, you do get extra points for taking a selfie with your moderator and Valerie, and then her president, amen. But get up, take a second, and get to know somebody you don't know. And while you're doing that, make sure you're hashtagging Her Day 2019, and make sure you're tagging that new friend's social media, that Instagram. Make sure you're doing that because that's how we're going to stay connected and we're going to connect with each other. Ladies, are you ready? Yes. Hold on, let me find the mouse. I'm trying to find us some popping music, amen? It's always good to pop and take selfies. Y'all cheating. Some of y'all cheat, Aurelia, you cheating. You cheat. You cheat. See, debaters don't always cheat. You figure out a way. All right, ready, ladies? 3, 2, 1, selfie time. That means get up from the table. That means get up. You got to get up. Ladies, you got to get up. Yes, group selfies. Hashtag Her Day 2019. Yes. Oh, yes, this tutor going to get some extra points. to introduce these beautiful queens that are about to come before you. Now, you do have their bios in front of you, but I'm only going to read a little snippet of them, and I want to make sure that I want you to read all of their accolades because these women are fierce and dope as well. So we're going to get started now. After I introduce you, I'm going to call your name up and I'm going to put some music on. I just want you to walk to the music. Come down the aisle, all model-like and things. Let's have a little fun. Amen. Amen. First up, Miss Jalea Davis. Jalea Davis, also known as the MediaEYeCon, is all things media with a Bachelor of Science in Mass Communications. After studying broadcast radio and television at Stephen F. Austin State University, Davis mastered the talent and skill of being a media personality. That's what I do. Media personality, content creator, producer, and producer. That's an and in there. After graduating, Davis locked in a deal with the Houston television station with open doors for her to have her very own television show called MediaEYeCon Live, where she interviewed A-list and B-list celebrities from Ricky Smiley to Cardi B. Just to name a few. But after 3 years running the show, Davis decided to step out on faith and try something new. Amen. And she's here with us today. Everybody, put your hands together for Miss Jalea Davis. Yes. Come on up. Let's go through the middle. Come on. You perfect song, naughty girl. Come on. Shay, come on. 5, 6, 7, go. Go. Yes. Woo-hoo. Yes, papa up, ladies. Yes, Miss Jalea Davis. Whatever you like. All right, she took the middle seat. Lemon. Latorria Olivia is the owner and operator of Lemon Limelight Media, a public relations boutique that operates in both Houston, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia. She graduated Westfield High School in 2007 and went to Clark Atlanta University to study public relations. While residing in Atlanta, Latorria worked on campaigns with the 135th Street Agency for Essence Magazine, So Def, and various college tours. Through her company, Latorria has represented Mrs. Georgia Glow 2014, campaigns for Bobby Valentino, Jess Brittany, Chauncey Glover, Higher Dimension Church, cast members of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, talent from ABC Network, Matthew Knowles, a Music World Artist Showcase, talent from VH1, BET, various award show, and one of the coordinators for the Finding Ashley Stewart National Tour. Woo! That's a resume. Give it up for my girl, Miss Latorria All right. And last but definitely not least, this beauty queen here, Miss Olivia Turner. Olivia Turner is a cyber enthusiast who specializes in information security and cybersecurity operations for the U.S. cyber defense sector at Deloitte. Ooh, that's a brainiac, child. Amen. Using her brain. Hailing from California, Olivia graduated from Texas Southern University. Clap for that. Yes. With a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, with a minor in Health Science in 2015. She was extremely involved in the campus organizations such as Collegiate 100, LSAMP, TSU, NAACP, Tiger Yearbook, Honors College, and Delta Gamma, chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Go ahead, ladies. There you go. One time for y'all. Amen. All right. Y'all done? I ain't gonna start. She also serves as the 65th Miss Texas Southern University 2012 and 2013, where she won over $25,000 for the university during the Verizon Challenge. Give it up for Miss Olivia Turner! Now, because she has the longest walk, we hope this give us some extra claps. And she's our queen, resident queen. Give it up for Miss Olivia Turner! Yes! Go, yeah! All right! Get that queen sit. Turn around and sit down. Amen. Yeah. Our theme for today is mentorship. Talk to us, Olivia, about what does a mentor mean to you in your journey?
Okay, well, I have a lot of mentors, actually. I have a mentor for each part of my life. So I have a motherhood mentor, I have a cyber mentor, I have the corporate mentor. So the reason why I have so many is because they each serve a different purpose in my life. And so having that mentor, it impacts my growth. It impacts my confidence. It helps me learn more about myself and the things that I want to do in the future. So when I think of mentorship, it's a necessity to move forward in life. If you want to grow, you need someone that's going to hold you accountable, and what better person is someone you look up to? Someone that you plan to be in their shoes one day. Which is why I always seek either professional women, and I have peer mentors. So my friends, even Valerie, I consider her my friend and also my mentor when it comes to planning events and things like that. I always call her Valerie. How do I do this? What do you think of that? If this is my audience that I'm trying to reach, how do I do this? And then I have executive mentors, like at my company. A vice president, she's my mentor. She's a woman of color. She knows that I want to be a woman of color. I want to be over a corporate company. I want to be a woman in tech. So when I think of getting a mentor and how it impacts my life, I can't tell you that I would be the same person I am now 5 years ago if I didn't start looking for mentors.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely what she said was everything that I would have said, but a mentor is really, really important. I know for a fact, before I was graduating college, I saw a mentor. Her name is Kendra G. She's on a radio station in Chicago, WGCI. And I saw her out for mentorship. And y'all, it was the last couple of months of school, and I guess I didn't do anything. Because basically when she came in my life, I did everything she told me to do. And that's when I was able to realize, oh, this is my skill set. This is my skill level. But I didn't know without reaching out and just showing someone what I had. And then she basically showed me her hand and was like, this is what you need to do. I'm reading more books because of her. I mean, everything. I just really did not know. So reaching out is very important to get a mentor, to have a mentor. Like I said, any field in your life, my mom is my biggest mentor. I'm learning from her every day. I'm blessed for the woman that she is. She's teaching me everything. But yeah, mentorship is very, very important. I wouldn't be the same if I didn't have her, obviously. But yeah.
All right, Latorria.
I mean, I totally agree. Having a mentor is a complete blessing. And you all, if you don't have a mentor, don't be afraid to get aggressive in a nice way, in a professional way, and seek the mentor that you wish to have. My mentor will, like she said, I have several. But one of my mentors has been my mentor for about 12 years now. And I started as a work study student at Carolina University. And from there, I was, again, a work study student, but I also knew that she had some of the qualities that I really admired. And some of the things and experiences she had went through really resonated with me. So at the time, I was Miss UNCF at Carolina, and she was a former Miss Michigan USA. And so I would oftentimes spark conversation about pageants because that was like the common thread. But I also knew that she had a business that she didn't really talk about a lot because I did my research. That's another thing. Do your research. A lot of times I get people to approach me and they're looking for a mentor and they want me to mentor them, and we really don't have any common goals. And it's like, well, I don't mind chatting with you, but baby, I can't do much for you, just in terms of mentoring. So definitely do your research, and then don't be afraid to just look around and see who's around you, who's at your church, who's at the school, who's in your neighborhood that has that you all have a common thread with. And that could possibly be a mentor. And then, I'll be honest as well, there's sometimes where mentors just don't work. And that sometimes we don't talk about that. But it happens all the time. I had a mentor at one point in my life where, we had a lot of common things with each other. And we just kind of grew apart. Not beefing or anything like that, but her life began to take a different route, and mine did as well. And so, still friends, but in terms of mentoring, we had to graduate from each other. Okay, so just again, if you don't take anything from it, understanding, research who it is that you want to mentor, and what can you bring to the table? Be an asset to every table you come to.
Very good. Latorria, thank you so much for segueing into my next question, because although we are here as mentors, we do have mentees in the building. So I'm going to start with you, Latorria, because you touched on it. What could college students, or just young women in general, what could we do to be a great mentee? And I'm going to say this, I'm prefacing this question with this, because in the book Lean In, the author states that gone are the days where you walk up to one and say, will you mentor me? Where they suggest that you start asking questions, start reaching out, and then a general relationship starts from there. So my question to you, and all of you ladies, we're going to start with Latorria and go back down. What makes a great mentee?
Readiness. I was just at prairie view maybe a month or so ago, and I had someone come up to me and say they wanted me to mentor them. And I'm always open to that, because if it wasn't for mentoring, I probably wouldn't be here, right? Or my mentors probably wouldn't be here. But I found myself having to constantly follow up with the person. And for me, I own 2 businesses. I'm very, very busy. I want to help. But if you're not ready, then I can't be ready for you. So readiness is very key. Understanding that everybody is busy to some type of capacity, whether it's career, whether it's personal, whatever the case may be. So if I have to reach out more than 2 times and I'm not getting any reply, work on your communication skills. That's number 1.
Yeah.
Somebody call you, you can't answer, text them back. Hey, propose something. Hey, are you available at 4:30? Or hey, are you available Saturday to meet at the Breakfast Club at 2 o'clock? You have now made my life a lot easier, because I don't have to think about where we're gonna meet, what time. You've given me options. And for that shows that you're ready. You're ready to get sewn into.
Very good, Julia.
Consistency. It's kind of like what you were just saying, texting backwards and forwards. I actually saw it after Kenny Burns, who works for like P. Diddy, Revolt, all them. I don't know if y'all know Kenny Burns, but I remember this. I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in the mentorship," and he was like, "I need to see you more," and walked off. And I was like, "Okay." So then I asked him afterwards. I was like, "So you need to see me more?" He was like, "Figure out when I'm in Houston," because he wasn't Houston based. "Figure out when I'm in Houston. I want to see you more at different events." And I was like, okay. Literally that next month, I was like, I'm about to follow him. I saw him in another event. I went up to him again. He was like, okay, I see you. I need to see you again. This guy here. Okay. Nevertheless, I didn't follow through with him. But consistency, I definitely understood what he was saying, because what happened was I became a mentor to someone, and I'm busy, like, Ms. Latorria, I'm busy. So she just kept following up with me, and she has gotten very far with just sticking by me, because if she'll text me, I'll be like, oh, well, come with me to this. I'm about to go to this. Or, she'll be like, hey, how's your Saturday? Oh, girl, this Saturday, I'm going to be at this event. Come on. I'm not going to, it's hard for me to, reach out, and because Erica right here, she helps me with my schedule. It's hard for me to reach out to the mentee, but if you, reaching out to me, I'm going to make sure to mention something. So definitely consistency. You have to stay on that person, and then it'll be a success. But you have to stay on that person, because it's nothing personal. I promise, it's nothing personal. It's just that there's so much going on, and when you're owning the business.
Where? Olivia.
Okay, they made some amazing points, and as a person who is a mentee, I try to follow through with most of those, because the consistency, the communication. I'm now where I don't want my own. So sometimes I forget to text back. But a quality that I think is good for mentees to have open-mindedness, right? So you're going to get feedback on things that you're doing. You're going to get feedback on your work. And sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow when it's not the feedback that you think it should be, or you think that you killed it, and they kind of give you some feedback like, there's some things that we need to work on, and it's okay. It's hard. It's human nature to kind of take on criticism, right? Especially because it's from somebody that you look up to. But I think that you should take that criticism, reflect on it, and then try to make yourself better, because it's all for the help of bettering you. You seek this person out to be your mentor, and they're giving you the feedback, and honestly, they're passing down information that they probably received, because they have the same story that you have. They were seeking a mentor. Their mentor trained them. They helped them be better. They told them, hey, when you're in this environment, we don't do this here. You know, when you go here, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go 1, A, B, C, and D. You know, so I remember I had an interview with my mentor, and I cried in that interview. I don't know why. They brought something out of me, and I realized that this is the person that I need to be connected with. And it wasn't a bad interview. They were just wondering, why do you not feel so deserving of the things that you want? Why do you feel like you need to just continuously prove so much to people when right here, it's there. It's just the confidence that you need. And from there, we had a connection, and that was the best mentor I could have. I grew, I learned to be more confident about myself. So there's qualities, there's skill sets that you're going to learn from your mentor, but you just have to be open to learning them.
Mm-hmm. Very good, ladies. All right. So now we're about to go to the other side, the bad side of mentorship. Before we get there, I'm going to share a little story with you. There was a young lady who reached out to me who wanted me to be a mentor. And I tell you and her, like I tell everybody else, I am not a mentor. I'm not a role model. I help myself, but what I will do is help you wherever you need to go. If you want to call me your sister, friend, fly, older cousin, cool. Just don't call me a mentor. Young lady sent me a video that she said, I went out to this event, I made a package. And she sent me a whole bunch of pictures, and she was inappropriately dressed. I mean, like her booty was out in real life. It was a real little bitty short skirt, and I was like, so, hey, yeah. Okay, so you can't wear that ever again, and that is not how you should represent yourself. And she called me everything but a child of God. And I said, well, amen. Well, I appreciate you, young queen, but check yourself and try again later. Now, that was a bad thing of how a mentee should be. I want to ask you, ladies, starting with you, Ms. Jalea, give me a time where you had a bad mentee experience, whether you were the bad mentee or you had a bad mentee approach you. See, I threw that on there like that. Trying to get
The bad mentee experience. The only bad mentee experience I've really had, I just started taking on mentees like a year ago. Haven't really had a horrible experience. I would say the open-minded listening type of factor. I gave one of my mentees some information about red carpets because she wanted to be a red carpet host. So basically, I kind of brought her in as an intern, but she already graduated, so I called her an intern. But she's really a mentee, and she wanted to do red carpet. So I was like, hey, only do like 30 seconds to a minute when you're on the red carpet because it's a big flow. People have to continue going. And I remember getting a call saying how she was on the carpet for like 3 minutes playing games with the.
Was it my carpet?
No,
Oh.
it was Go DJ Awards. Just was one of my girls.
No.
But yeah, so she was in the Go DJ Awards, and they got a complaint. And so when I talked to them about it, I was like, well, I did tell you. And you decided to do what you wanted to do anyway. Because she actually passed it by me, like, what you think about this game? It's cool. Is it 30 seconds to a minute? And it wasn't. It was 3 minutes long. She got kicked off the carpet. And it was a whole thing where, I was getting calls like, hey, don't she work? No, she don't work. But, she dissociated. So it didn't make the brand look bad because people could tell like she was an intern or something like that. But I did give the direction. And they did do what they want to do anyway. So it's kind of like listening and keeping an open mind. I'm not talking for my help. I swear I'm trying to help. Yeah. That's really the biggest thing that's happened.
Very good. Olivia.
Okay, so I've been in both positions. Had a bad mentee. I've been not a bad mentee, but I just should have communicated a little more. So I had someone, she wanted to take me under her wing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. We didn't have, our fields didn't correlate. So I wasn't really sure how we were going to do it, but she was so excited, and I was like, I'm down for it, So she kept setting up meetings with me, and then I had to keep pushing it back because I was like, hey, I have something to do here, I have something to do here. And then at that point, I just kind of we just stopped talking. And I felt bad about it, and we talked later, But I was like, maybe I should just told her, I don't think it's gonna work. But sometimes when you're young, you're a little impressionable, you're kind of scared. Like, I don't want to say no to you, especially because you're an adult, but like you have adult skills. They've been here a little longer, so you're like, I don't, like an elder, I don't want to say no, but I really should have kind of just dug deep and said, we could be more friends, like sister friends, because we didn't have anything in common, which is why it was so hard to kind of want to keep up communication, because our stories were just so different. And then for the bad mentee, she just didn't tell me that she wasn't in school anymore. Oh. And so I was pushing for her to get scholarships, because I kind of had a connection, and I was like, hey, I have this girl, and they're like, haven't received an application from her, and she says that she sent it in. So I'm calling her, she's like, no, I did. And then later she just said she was scared to tell me that she decided to take a different route. And so, but the thing is, me, I'm pushing for you. People are looking for this application. They're looking out for you, and you're not here. And so I kind of thought something was up, because I had come to the campus a few times and said, hey, I'm here. Where are you guys? She's like, oh, I'm not there. I got work. I was like, oh, so interesting. When you feel something kind of funny, it's usually, you have your intuition. But that was the only thing. And I just say, if you're scared, you do have to dig a little deep and just be yourself and explain something to someone, because nothing's worse than when it just becomes like a snowball effect, and then everything crashes at the end. Now you kind of burn this relationship, or this person's extremely disappointed in your communication, and you don't know who some of these people are connected with. Next thing you know, you're in a room with that person, your new mentor. You're like, oh, you just cut me off. I didn't even talk to her. So I will say it's just really important to communicate. And as we get older, it becomes a little easier when you're more confident in yourself. So you just really have to work on the confidence to speak up for yourself.
All right, Latorria?
Probably the biggest thing for me is trust, right? So I feel as though I've had some mentees before where if I have to question little things about what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're posting, they're going to want to affiliate themselves with you in general. So if you're the girl that, is after 11 o'clock at night and you're saying some not so good stuff on social media about how you're feeling and you want a man and
You
all
may
this.
not want to learn the lyrics to DMX.
I'm being very transparent. It happens very often, and the first thing I say is, wasn't she with Latorria last week?
Yeah.
And no, wait, hold on. I trusted that you was a young lady in front of me and behind me. So just keep that in mind. It takes trust to affiliate yourself with someone that, one, truthfully speaking, if you came up to me today, I don't know you. Okay? I'm giving you an opportunity, and I'm also trusting myself that, okay, well, wait, we trying to connect some dots here. So that takes a lot. And everything that everybody here has built can go down the drain in a second from association.
Good.
Amen. How are your panelists doing it today? Are they doing well? They're going with some major knowledge and nuggets, and I really do appreciate your transparency, ladies. Now I want to give you a chance to stand up and ask a question. Please keep your questions brief and to the point. Amen. Yes, amen. We got a time limit. Amen. Yes, Miss Georgia. Everybody, Miss Georgia Peromo.
I'm a mentor to a whole lot of folks. And I got more children than old lady in the shoe because I adopted. But I'm going to tell you about this young lady right here. I took her graduation pictures when she graduated high school. And guess who brought her to the studio? Her dad. And I listened to him and I listened to her. And I said, that young lady going to be somebody someday. Because when you got a father that's pushing you every day that you walk, you got a good thing. So I'm telling you women in here, when y'all get married, keep that man. Treat him like a king.
That's right.
I'm not kicking him out the door.
Tell them, George.
Black men is scared to hell. And y'all stop making the same, I don't need a black man. You married them, they carried them for 9 months, you raised them for 18 years. Black men need our help, women.
That's right.
We need to speak up for them. So find you one that you can snatch like I do. You might not get it. You gotta do this. You gotta get them on the track. And we begin this room. And y'all know who's the baddest winning team on campus, don't you? Yeah, she's the big team. Which one y'all confused? It ain't the football team, the basketball team is the debate team.
That's right.
Thank you all for coming to my university. I love all of you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Before I leave, I'd like to introduce my guest, my attorney Alvin O. Shamlis. He is the last of the civil rights attorney in the United States. He is an expert on higher education. But when I sued Governor Bush in the state of Texas for money for prayer here in TSU, he was my attorney. We won one per how many?
$1.2 billion.
You want to meet somebody? Just go up to them and introduce yourself. You don't need the governor, don't get nobody to introduce him to you. You walk up to him. You want to meet my president here? She go snatch yourself and talk to you. Y'all gotta be bold. And I'm depending on y'all to carry us, because I'm old. I need to have some good leaders, but I don't need to have no whips.
It's very, very important that you understand that when you're dealing with men, I'm a man, oftentimes we sow our hopes and we do a lot of things that are wrong. But if you stay with us, we'll come around. Especially when we love you. It's like Paul in the Bible. You things you can't help you when you know it's wrong and then you do it anyway and you can't get no peace. I have been with my wife. I'm going right now to Kendrick Hospital. My wife and I been married. Well, she tell her about, I had him for over 50 years. Now, 50th anniversary is the 2020.
Yeah.
And we dated 5 years, but I had him. But let me tell you something.
All right.
I wouldn't take nobody over her. I'm still here.
The theme today is mentorship. I didn't know. Yeah. Amen. That way real quick. Hey, hallelujah. All right. All right, ladies. Back to the lecture at hand, where we were about to address the audience. We would like for you to please stand. We'll take about three. How many questions from the audience, Ben? Three. We'll take 3 questions from the audience. Ladies, please be bold. Stand up and project yourselves. I am a big mouth and I have a mic. I don't know why I don't need it, but please come up here. Yes. Can we get 3 ladies to come up to the front and ask their questions? Let's go quickly. Yes, come on, Paige. And who else is coming? Come on. Come on. One more. One more, ladies. I need a student. I know these ladies. They graduated already. Amen. So we need a current student. Let's go. And before I call you out, 3, stand up.
Always have a question.
Always have a question. So don't come up to these ladies asking for mentorship when we're done.
Right.
What they say, readiness, consistency, confidence, all that. All right, come on, Paige, go ahead and ask your question.
Good afternoon, ladies. My question is, how as Black women, because that's a vast majority of the demographic that's in this room, and I think that oftentimes we don't have the conversation enough. And for me, it was something that I didn't really know how to navigate through once I made that transition from a student to a professional. So if you all could give me some advice on when you encounter certain challenges in your careers, how do you navigate through them if you want to be assertive and not come off as aggressive?
I can take that one because I work for corporate America. So you just have to be you, because I spent so much time trying to navigate, Caucasian emotions that I changed my whole delivery. and now I'm no longer who I want to be at this firm. Your personality makes you who you are. Now, there is professionalism and unprofessionalism. You know that we don't talk to each other the same way I talk to my mom, the same way I talk to my boss. I'll talk to my boss the same way I talk to my friends, and vice versa. So we all know that there is that professionalism there. But if you have a delivery to make it. Because I work for a woman, and I was so happy when I worked with her because she doesn't play. I'm the only black woman on my team, and I work with the rest are men. And she holds her ground. You have to hold your ground. Just like when you're a teacher, when you come in, you have to hold your ground with students, or they will run over you. You will be the, oh, she'll be fine. We're not worried about her. You know. So when I come in, I'm just so, I've grown into this. It takes a while, but I've grown to be confident and say what I have to say because I've become the person before where they say, just give it to her, she'll do it, don't even worry about it. You can all do this, she'll do it, she won't say nothing. No, we have nuances that make us special. That's okay. You don't have to suppress the black woman to be able to please everybody else around you. That's what makes you special. You're here. They know you're black. They know that. They know you're a woman. They know that. And they're going to try to take little things from you to make you lower, to kind of meet them on your level. Superior. You're already superior when you come in there. You got it. So when you find yourself trying to kind of close in, that's when you need to pop out.
Come on.
That's when you need to be yourself. Because people will remember you. And then we always keep professionalism the same. There's professional reads all the time. We see it happen all the time.
Yes.
You can read someone professional.
Oh, yeah.
With all due respect, can we take this offline? We
Right.
have it all the time. So what I say is be confident in who you are and always keep it professional. And you won't even have to worry about if they consider you a black woman or just a woman in the room because they'll know exactly who you are. And you will be the go-to person for everything. They're the majority. You stick out. You're the gem when you come in the room. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
One last thing. Understand that we're built for endurance. That's us as women. I worked my last corporate job. I kid you not. I did a presentation and I had made the company a lot of money. And the CEO and my immediate boss called me to their office and they were like, "What college did you go to?" And I said, "Clark Atlanta University." The next question they asked is, "Where is that?" Atlanta is right there in the title. So the boss says, "Well, I kind of saw you more as like Rice or University of Houston." And I mean, all of the jabs. And in that moment, I had to let them know the history of my institution, who I am, what I've already accomplished without the job in a professional way. And then I also had to remember this job is literally my investor for my dreams. I'm taking the money that you're giving me so that I get to the next level. And I'm probably not going to worry about y'all in a few years. And I don't. So understand that. And I also want to challenge every woman in here that's not a student. If there's someone at your job that looks like us, and they're just getting out of college, they're not your competition. Come on. Bring them under your wing. Help them. Give them some advice. Yes, it's a different world. Yes, we got social media kids in corporate right now. But guess what? That needs to be your mentee. And if you're the girl that's getting to the job and you're new to the job, understand if this has been there 20 years, she got the experience. Y'all need to connect. Don't throw nobody else under the bus. I've seen it happen so many times where sisters get a position and the older sis then threw her right under the bus so she goes stick with people that don't look like us. And we got to stop that. We got to stick together. That's the only way this is going to work. Because best believe they sticking together. They going to play golf without y'all. They going on the tennis court without y'all. I'm done.
That was good. Thank you, Mary. That was a great question. Thank you. My lady.
Okay, good afternoon. So my question is, I'm a biology major, and for me, it's a little bit harder to find mentors that are that have my career goals or that have already accomplished, like my career goal. And so how would you all go about like finding them or just reaching out to them?
You all have a really heavy alumni association here. Some folks graduated from the biology department. Y'all need to be hanging out at alumni events, trying to find these people, because that's part of your network. So it may not be your mentor, it may not be someone that's sitting up there right now. But like I said earlier, your research is valuable. You gotta go do research.
Follow them on social media. Social media is your free. You should follow people who are doing what you want to do, who are going where you want to go, and you would like to work with. You are not following those people. Get off of social media. Because you are who you follow, ladies, and you need to be scrolling and seeing people doing what you want to do and where you're going, and that's where you can do hashtag biology, hashtag whatever field you're going into, and find them. I research reporters and media personalities all the time, and when I find them, I'm watching them and seeing what makes them who they are, not how I can be like them, but what makes them tick. And I'm finding those things, and you should do the same thing, or research your favorite project. These are things that you can be doing. Did you find a different question?
No, mine was the same question, except I'm a sociology major, and like when I go and try to find a mentor, it's either hard or like my advisor, she's always busy or whatever, and so she never has like actual time to meet with me and talk to me about stuff like that.
Your advisor might not be
Yes.
So
she gotta do her job.
So both their questions. So my best friend, she works in the neuro lab, and so she kept saying she wanted to get into this program really bad, and there's only like 5 programs in the country. And I remember telling her, because I'm kind of like a stalker when I want to find somebody, I will find them. Okay, I said you need to find the person that does that. Whatever neuro, whatever it breaks down to, you need to find the person that does that and email them. Because a lot of the people that you're looking for, I mean, if you're looking for that experience, they might not be on social media. You know, a lot of like biologists and people that are part of science, they might not be on there. So you need to find publications. If you read a publication that you like, at the footnotes they'll tell you who wrote it. You can find them. And so when you're looking for different mentors, you gotta find the person that you're trying to be like. You don't have to be them, but if you're trying to be a doctor, hey, you need to go to mentors doctors. Because I only have millions, and yes, you need to find, hey, mom, dad, hey, friend, so teacher, do you know someone?
Yes, right.
Who does this, and this? Can you connect me with them? Because a lot of networking doesn't just happen like when we meet each other. You might say, somebody that thing might help you, or I've been trying to do this. Do you think you know someone? It doesn't have to directly be the person that
They know somebody that knows somebody.
Right. And be ready. Elevator speech.
Yes.
I hope you can sell yourself in these 30 to 60 seconds on why this person should vouch for you to introduce you to this next person. So if you're a biology major, you got to know what you want to do. Internships, I mean, you just have to really research and hold on to information. It's serious. And millennials, we kind of, Gen Z and millennials are a little different, but we grew up when we had encyclopedias. So like that researching is kind of in us. You have Google. I mean, you can Google anything. And if you don't like Google, you got Bing. And then you got Yahoo if you want to get a little older. So there's Jeeps. Ask Jeeps. Okay. You're going to throw that there too. That's Jeeps. Right. So definitely you're expanding your knowledge. You're expanding, who you are by getting to know other people. Like she said, Valerie, one person. This whole room. That's networking. Okay. And some of these people are friends of friends of friends who have met her. Yes. So it works. She's a prime example of how it works.
Last but not least, Ms. Ranisha, right? Yes. Nice name. Hey girl. You're so pretty.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I had a question / comment. When I guess society tells us to tolerate a lot, in relationships, to be tolerant and kind of push through, and letting people sow their oats. Like, how do you navigate against that? Because we know love isn't really suffering. So how do we learn how to navigate against that? Because sometimes in our career we stay stagnant because we're thinking that we're pushing through and, fighting a good fight, but really it's time to move on. So how do you know when it's time to move on?
That's a great question. That's a great question. When she read my bio, it said that I stepped out on faith. What happened was, I was at a station, gave me a great deal, had a television show there, and I was there for like 2.5, 3 years. And the year prior to when I really left, that's when I got the nudge to move. All these job offers started popping up, and I was like, ooh. But I'm in a great position. Like, nah, that's not for me. Like, I'm good. A couple of months later, seeing some other things pop up, then things started happening where I just genuinely wasn't challenged anymore. And I was just like, okay, I'm doing the same thing every day, and it has to be more. But I thought when I graduated, all I wanted to do was be a television host. That's what I thought. That's what my plan was, but God has a different plan. So I wasn't listening to him. I was just worried about how I feel in that moment and being comfortable. And so I was just like, okay. Well, it wasn't until I honestly got disrespected at the job when I was like, oh, okay. He said, you don't want to move. When I talk to you, let me have somebody else talk to you. So that's what happened. He stepped into somebody else, and he had somebody else do something, and then that's when I love myself way too much to be disrespected. Because at the job I was at, I was 22, and the next person was like 43. So it was a big gap for what I thought should happen, or my input, to what they felt like should happen. They didn't believe in social media. The owner was 72, so she definitely didn't believe in social media. So I just knew. I said, okay, this is not for me. I'm going to step out on faith. And once she disrespected me, called me a name that she thought was proper. She calls her grandchildren this. It was the little S word. Okay, she was like, "Little, come here." What? And I was just like, oh yeah, no, this is not for me anymore. I can no longer be disrespected. And that's when I felt that it's time for me to move. That next week I put in my 2 weeks. Was planning on moving to LA. I was like, oh, I'm gonna find something. And it was in a conversation where someone said a television station was
I went to that station, found
and
out that the
once
person
again, I
trying
was
to hire
listening.
me,
I was like,
one of
we
the
can't be
sales
talking
trying to
to
hire me,
me. Like, that.
At the same time, I felt the nudge.
And so, long story short, I don't want to take up
And
nobody's
I
time.
started listening.
I went into that station, found out that the person tried to hire me. The one that was selling the station tried to hire me a couple of years before that. Probably the same time I felt the nudge. And I just finally listened and got with that person, ended up buying the television station.
Come on.
So that's where I'm at now. But yeah, it wasn't until, all I could think about is if I didn't leave. I think I was just telling one of my interns this like 2 days ago. If I didn't leave the time I left, the station wouldn't be for sale for like another 12, 13 years. So if I didn't leave at that time, perfect timing. But then what about when I left earlier? I mean, it's just when he told me to leave the first time. Comfortability is not it. If you're comfortable, I want to be challenged until I'm gone. Okay, I hear retirement, but I want to be challenged until I'm gone. I can do. Okay, next thing I need a challenge. That's when you really grow. Absolutely. So,
Great job.
I think that women just are naturally resilient. We always push through, whether it's for family, whether it's for friends, our job. And the moment that we feel like we might quit or we're not going to complete the task, we get down on ourselves. But sometimes quitting is the best thing you could do, especially if it's not for you, if it's not in your heart. If one of the reasons that you're doing it is not for yourself, then you need to reevaluate. You can teach kids, but it should be your passion to teach them. It shouldn't be like, girl, I'm trying to get these student loans paid back, so I'm going to just go ahead and go teach these kids and blah, 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 blah. And that's not for you. It's not your passion, so you're just doing it for someone else. When I worked in my previous job, it was very comfortable. I mean, I had like 3 days off. I was only working like, this sounds crazy, but 12 hours a day to have those days off. And then when I moved into this new company, I was terrified. I was like, no, if I quit, I've been here for so long. I feel so loyal to them. But then I started reflecting on, have they been loyal to me? When I look up things, when I have conversations with other people, it doesn't sound like they have my back the way I'm thinking I'm supposed to have their back by holding myself hostage from moving forward. So you have to make sure that you put yourself first. I know as women, you have kids, you put your kids first. You might put your husband first. You might put all these things above you, and then when you look back, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. You've completely forgot about what makes you happy, what makes you who you are, and then you're like, oh, what just happened? I've given my entire life to everyone else but myself. Right. So you have to make sure that the things you do, you are passionate about. It's scary to reinvent yourself. It's scary to start over, but there are plenty of testimonies in this room, plenty of testimonies from other people who can do it, and you can do it. It's just scary. Stepping on faith. You got to do it. Yes. Okay. Do not allow yourself to just crumble into this small piece and be that for life. You have, and all these women will tell you, I just go for it. It's scary. It's so scary. And I do crazy things, like I've jumped out of planes and do all that stuff, and I feel so refreshed after it. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I did that. I was so scared, and I did it, and I'm okay. I'm in one piece. Look at how God works. It's going to be fine. Let me just push through. And now I'm like, I like this job. I feel like I can be me. I feel like I can talk to people the way I want. I don't have to sugarcoat off on eggshells. Right. What if I stayed? What if I just said, oh, well, I'm off these 3 days. What am I going to do with my time? And now I feel challenged. I feel like this is where I need to be at. I'm feeling passionate about my work again. Because at first I was like, I'm about to quit, be a baker. I like baking. You know, I can do that. You know, I'm serious. I didn't call Val and say, girl, we built up a company because we both like to bake cupcakes. So I was like, we could do this. And then I'm like, but I like doing this. So I need to place myself in a position where I love doing what I do again and not allow my environment to kind of push me into this hole. So definitely quitting is not bad. Okay, I know it's associated with negativity, but it's not for you. It's just not for you.
But quit with the plan.
Yes.
Please.
Get it, just go.
Yeah.
Quit playing, quit stalling, quit trying to figure out any other reason not to do it, quit coming up with the excuses of why you can't do it. Just go.
Yes, I heard someone say quit with a job, but sometimes you can't even get the next job until you quit that job.
Yes, so you don't want to wait on it.
Okay, you cannot wait, guys. You cannot wait. True story. A true story. True story. Successful 13-year banking history, background, killing it. Killing it. Killing. When I tell you I was killing it, I was getting a raise. Will never forget on my life. I was getting a raise, and everybody was like, and my stomach dropped, and they said, well, what's wrong? I said, you guys, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not my life. And I started crying, and they said, what do you mean? You are the top of your game, number 2 in the company, in the nation. What is going on? I said, I meant to be around cool people. And of course they got offended. And I said, no. I meant to wear ball gowns because I want to. I meant to talk to fun people with interesting stories. And some of them may be celebrities and some of them may not, but this is what I see in my dreams. And they said, well, how are you going to get there? And I said, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but this is not what I want to do. But come on, give me this, let me sign this paperwork. And God spoke to me that day. I began to have what I now understand is a nervous breakdown. Let me tell you what this looks like. This looks like waking up in the middle of the night, falling to your knees and praying and not knowing what the hell were you dreaming about. This looks like waking up in the middle of the night searching for something, but you have no idea what you are searching for. This means having dreams at night that you are going into your job shooting everybody in your place and you've never touched a gun in your life. Am I talking to somebody? Oh, okay. But just like Jalea said, when God was trying to tell me in my dreams, I was not listening. And what the Lord did, He fired me. And it was a fluke. And I said, glory to God. Because I was trying to figure out what is going on here. But what am I supposed to do? If I see this, if I'm supposed to do it, how does it make sense? It doesn't make sense that I go back to school over 30. How you going to go from having only 2 homes, making over $100,000 a year to go to college? And the Lord say, oh, you thought it was a game? Goodbye. because I was waiting on a bonus, and I could only get the bonus if I was still employed. He fired me. I enrolled in school. I took a leasing agent job at a 3000 Sage. My husband and I had just moved back to Houston. A leasing agent job. 30 days later, I got a large deposit. The Lord gave me that money anyway, because I had already done my portion. And I started my journey on becoming the electric personality, but still didn't know what it was then. I wanted to be in PR like Latorria, and the whisper said, why are you trying to be behind the camera, Antre'Chelle, when you belong in front of it? So then I got in position again. And you're going to keep getting in position and moving into position until you get to where you're supposed to be. And somebody said, girl, everything in your life just blossomed. What happened? Because I listened to what he said. So what we're telling you here is sometimes you can't move with a job, because I had no idea what the hell was going on. And this stuff was scary to me, to not have a dime. I've been polled for 3 years, 4 years in school. I've been polled. Started over. My husband left me because he said, you're going to be famous one day, and I love you very much, but I didn't sign up for this. And I said, I'm going to miss you. See you later. Because I knew then that who I was becoming was more important than anything else. And all I can say is jump, ladies, jump. I did not do this by myself. I did not do this by myself. When I say follow people who you want to be around, I've been following Miss Jalea for a minute. So I knew I knew it because I was watching her. She is doing what I was wanting to do. Watching her. Went to Latoria's event on a whim. Met her through my husband. Won some weed. Jesus. I won some good old weed and made it raspberry. I was a mermaid for my birthday one year. But do you see how everything just started full circle? And I was then living in my former life, and now I'm on a panel moderating these. You see what I'm saying? Full circle. So although it may be funny to you, or I am told, please forgive me for being underdressed. I just came from the covering, not being yet covering the Kamala Harris rally, covering it, not there. I didn't have no general seat. I had media press passes around my neck. My baby daddy got my baby harnessed in his chest, because this is our life, media life, real talk. This is a family effort. My son was born into media royalty, but I was there, and I said, Valerie, please forgive me. I don't have my heels, and I'm not taking this jacket off. Is that okay? I have to be here. Because you know why? I knew that Latorria was going to be here on this panel, and my lady right here is going to be here too. And I have been watching them and working with them, and this is now full circle. And I said, man, 56 days till graduation. Look at where it all came from. Y'all into your destiny. Don't know what it is. Just pray to God and say, I trust in you, because it's hard. Jesus, it's hard. But still, if you jump, have faith, and you can move mountains. Amen. And y'all enjoy yourselves today. I have truly enjoyed Miss Latorria, Miss Jalea, and Miss Olivia. And now we're going to give it back to our hands of our ladies of her. Come on up and I'll take my seat.
Okay, so thank y'all so much for being on the panel today. We're going to give you these tokens of our appreciation. I know it's not worth your time to be here, but thank you so much.
It is worth it.
Thank you so much for coming and talking. Oh, you just made me cry.
Before I close that out, I do know that a lot of ladies that have stuff going on. So Renisha, the Carol, can y'all come up here really quick and tell them what you have going on in like 30 seconds? So organizations have something going on, and then Brady's going to let you all know what her has coming up next. With the organizations have something going on, and then Brady's going to let you all know what her has coming up next.
with the raffle. And if you have your raffle ticket, I'm gonna come around with the bag while it's out.
Hey ladies, how y'all doing? I am Cortland Harper of MediaEYEcon to come and volunteer with us, and y'all have no idea how much that makes my heart feel. It's been a great opportunity serving with you ladies, and I hope to see some more of you come out and serve with us. The homeless community we have a vast homeless community here in Houston, and in the downtown area, they call them tent areas. You will be very surprised some of the great personalities that you will come across when you are out there just serving those who are underprivileged and very much so underserved. So if you guys would love to come out with us, just see me. And also, you can keep up with us on my social media page. It's under my name, it's Jacorlin Stance. If you need to know how to spell that, see me out. But it's a great opportunity to be in front of you all. I hope to see you guys, ladies, in the near future.
I'm back. Yeah. So I am Renee Sheree. I'm the former Miss Black America, and so in 6 days we'll be hosting our first national pageant. So part of me stepping out of my journey was creating my own pageant system. So I created the Miss Ultimate Beauty of America pageant system, and we will be hosting our first national pageant here in Houston, Texas, at the Greenway Plaza DoubleTree. We will be giving away $25,000 worth of cash and prizes and scholarships to five lucky, real brilliant, really talented, gorgeous young ladies. So if you guys would like to come out and volunteer or come out to the pageant, tickets are for sale. I think my name is in the program on the 3rd page. So if you look up my name, Miss Ultimate Beauty of America will come up, and you can purchase tickets there. And then also I'll say after the event today, if you have any volunteer hours that you need to make, or if you want to come out and volunteer, you're more than welcome to come out and volunteer. We have girls as young as 5 competing all the way up until 46 competing for the national title. So, what's today? The 23rd. The pageant is March 31st, and it will start the weekend March 29th, and we go all the way until the 31st, until crowning. We've also given away 45 tickets through donations to Girls from the Star Hope. Today's Learning Center, which is a place in LaPorte where they host foster kids, and there are about 45 girls that will be coming for free and getting prizes for coming out as well. So we're really excited. Hope to see you all there, and I'm going to stop talking. Thank you.
Hi, ladies. Need this microphone. Can I just thank all of you guys for coming out tonight. Not tonight, Lord. It's the middle of the day. We do have community service tomorrow. At 4:45, we're going to be helping some handy-capable kids with some basketball and some soccer. It's not too late to sign up. There's only a few of you. April 3rd, we have a general body meeting. So it's going to be, I believe that's a professional development one. So Darlene and Antoinette is going to be over that one. And we're going to be talking about opening up the positions for fall, so you guys can run for e-board and director's positions. So be looking out. So, my mentor of sorts, I love her so much. I met her in church. We both go to Will Avenue, and she sang soprano with me. She is such a great person. I love everything she cooks, and all of her food and her treats. And she is the owner of a great catering business called My Dainty Cakes. So please catch her up for her, and she will have to send for you guys. Accompanied by Dainty Dish. I did bring you guys some mini cupcakes and some samples to take with you today. When Brandy asked me, I was really, really flattered that she considered me a mentor of hers, and I didn't even realize that I was. But definitely a pleasure being here today. And I had left some cards over there as well if anybody's, interested in any catering, desserts, or meal prep. I do it all. So good to be here today. Nice to meet all of you. All right.